are coming to you live from the Carlin Lynch Activity Center on the campus of Dartmouth High School, as Dartmouth Community Media is proud to present exclusive coverage of Dartmouth High School Indians varsity boys basketball action, as the homestanding Dartmouth High Indians play host to the New Bedford High School Whalers in a Southeast Conference tilt here this afternoon. Hello again, everyone. Ian Abreu back in the saddle with you. It's been a while, folks. I know we had to take a few weeks off due to some COVID protocols, but I'm joined alongside, as always, here courtside by my man, Derek Silk Baptiste. Derek, it's a pleasure to see you again.
It's always a pleasure.
Good to see you. Well, Derek, let's get right into it. We have two teams coming into this afternoon's action. Different set of circumstances. We have one team coming in at 0-5. They've obviously played more than Dartmouth. They're coming in at 0-1. Someone's going to leave here today with their first victory of the season. These are two teams that know each other well.
It's the Hatfields versus the McCoys today in Dartmouth, the backyard. Dartmouth and New Bedford, a lot of these kids are familiar with each other. They're familiar with each other's styles. So it means a little bit more when you're playing against a team that comes from right across the way.
What was interesting to me, Derek, before this afternoon's action, we have two different sets of kids from different communities, but I saw you plucking through both rosters. This one played with this one in youth. I coached this one. This one on the roster played with this one. These kids certainly all know each other.
There's going to be no secret to anybody's game today. They played travel ball together. They've played AAU ball together. Me personally, I've had the pleasure to be around some of these young men since they were very, very young. It's an honor for me to be in a situation to watch a bunch of kids that I've seen as young men, as little boys, grow up to be young men and get to be here and do this.
Now, Derek, looking at both teams coming into this afternoon's action, you have the Whalers coming off a squeaker of a loss, 75-71, against the old school Big Three rival, the Durfee Hilltoppers. And, of course, here last night at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center, the Dartmouth High Indians fell victim to the BR Trojans, 54-40. But needless to say, two teams here looking to rebound, and they have to rebound quickly.
I look nice game with Dartmouth. That was their first scrimmage. A team that hasn't really played, a team that don't have their wind under them. So that was a good showing for their very first game. New Bedford had a couple of tough calls against Durfee. 0-5. It's been a rough season for both teams, not having all their players. Between not having all their players and COVID, this has been a weird one.
So what, in your opinion, are the keys to victory for both of these teams, considering, as you mentioned at the Open, they know each other and they both play a similar brand of ball?
I think that I want to see who wins the rebounding edge today. I want to see who controls the game. All the guards in this game, they know each other very well. There's two freshmen on the floor that I'm looking at on both sides. One is Hunter Madison on the Dartmouth side, and the other one is Demarius Roberts on the New Bedford side. Two of the highest touted freshmen coming in from the area playing travel basketball. A lot of the kids around the state know who these kids are. I'm glad to see these guys play on a higher level.
And as you can see here, the public address announcer is announcing the starting lineup for the New Bedford High Whalers.
So we got right now we're going to have Will Toppy start today, as well as Sam Moja, Messiah Morgan, Demarius Roberts. No, Messiah Morgan is not in the starting lineup today. Craig Baptista is in the starting lineup today. So we'll scratch him. And Clinton Dustin. Young CJ, he's a great basketball player. It's funny because, I feel like this is a lot of these guys back in the days, and when we used to have AAU practice, it looks like a scrimmage.
and we're happy to have you here too, folks, because obviously because of the COVID protocols, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's stand for the playing of our national anthem. ready to rock and roll here in Dartmouth. But Derek, as I was mentioning before the anthem, again, unfortunately, fans, parents, the community can't go to these games.
Yeah.
So we're happy to broadcast this to everyone back at home, and hopefully you enjoy our broadcast and sometimes our corny jokes.
Hold on, wait. Your jokes might be corny. I got amazing jokes.
Is that?
I'm an amazingly funny guy.
Well, they should call you Slick, not Silk.
They call me a lot of things.
Some things we can't say on cable.
Some things I might not want to say.
So, Derek, again, when we called the girls' game a few weeks ago, some of the rules are a little more herky-jerky this year because of COVID. No opening tap, so we'll have to have a side out to start the game.
Yeah. It's funny. They won't have an opening tap, but they'll let guys box out. They'll let guys play a little bit. It takes away from some of the tradition, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see who won the coin toss before the game.
And who elects to receive?
Who elects to receive?
We're calling a football game here, and Dartmouth has won the toss, and they'll kick things off. And Nick Barnes, the senior guard, will inbound right in front of us.
Speaking of football, the quarterback, Will Kelly,
He's
going to be the point guard too. If you can be a quarterback, you can be a point guard.
Quarterbacking the offense to Caden Chase, down low over to Hunter Madison. Madison over to Kelly, tries to go up, met with the wall of Roberts. Here comes New Bedford in transition. Baseline, up left to the elbow is Tarpey. Tarpey kicks it, baseline, and New Bedford will slow it down.
Damaris is going to control the offense. He's going to give it off to CJ. They're going to get into their offense.
Here's Dunstan looking to penetrate, goes up top to Tarpey. Tarpey will take a deep three, no good, side-rimmed. Rebound goes to Pimentel.
Cole's a really good point guard. They're going to lean on Cole today because he's going to be their go-to guy when it comes to scoring.
Madison, kick it up top to Barnes. Barnes trying to penetrate, back over to Madison. Madison hits the deck, keeps it alive, and we have 15 on the shot clock. We'll play on. Now we're going to get a hand check by Dunstan as he went up top to try to strip it from Pimentel, and it just goes out of bounds. It'll remain Dartmouth ball.
Tough defense. CJ's a physical player. I would like to see Hunter, when he gets the ball on the block, to turn around and face the basket. I would like to see him make a move at the hoop instead of just giving it away.
Here's Kelly with a fresh 30. Kick it right side of the elbow to Barnes. Barnes trying to penetrate, loses control. Ball on the deck. We're going to get a jump ball called, and the arrow will go to the Whalers.
Real early, good hustle. You can tell that these guys don't have their legs under them right now. A little bit of sloppy play, just getting their feet wet right now.
Here's Clinton Dunstan calling the play here at the point. Over to Tarpey. Tarpey being guarded by Madison, the two big men. Kick it back up top. Tarpey thought about a three. He'll take it to the goal. Side rimmed again, no good. Rebound hoovered up by the Indians. Dartmouth has numbers if they hurry. Going to the rack now is Barnes, no good. But he draws the contact, and he'll shoot a pair at the charity stripe.
See, the difference right now is Dartmouth looks to be a little bit bigger than New Bedford. So I would think that they would want to go at the hoop and get their bigs in trouble early. And that was a good job by Barnes, taking it to the hoop, getting his body in there and getting the ball up.
Another one of those COVID amended rules, Derek. Nobody at the free throw line for that first shot.
And it's tough in field houses too, because with the space behind the baskets, it's tough enough to shoot in a field house, and when you have nobody in front of you, it's really, really tough.
Barnes misses them both. Are they going to have him shoot again? He shot the first time and missed.
What do they got? ABA rules going on over here? Shoot three to make two?
I didn't see any call. Did you, Derek?
I thought Julius was coming into the building today.
Well, it's regardless. He missed all three of them, but he clearly missed the first. And we're going to have a traveling violation called against the Whalers. That's going to go against Dunstan. A turnover for New Bedford.
Well, New Bedford had one guard back, and they had their other two ball handlers on the other side of the floor. So, it's easy to trap that way.
Here's Kelly. Over to Barnes. Barnes, nice give and go. Down low, it's up and no good by Kelly. Rebound put up, no good again by Chase. And the Whalers have numbers if they hurry. Almost a backcourt violation that time by Dunstan, but he'll stop. Kick it to Tarpey. Tarpey, right side of the arc. That's Mosher. Taking it to the goal, hard and no good. And the rebound goes to the Indians.
Yeah, Cole up the right sideline. Nope, that's where he's going to go. Dump it down low.
Down low to Madison,
Yeah.
but he's stripped away. Madison had it, but the Whalers now try to go in transition. That was Baptista on the left side. That's a 3-ball taken up high and wide by Dunston. And now the Indians have numbers in transition if they hurry. Bad pass behind Madison, can't handle it. Grabbed now by Dunston. Some sloppy play here to start the first quarter.
Turnovers and air balls. I know the coaches right now are hot, to say the least. Turnovers and air balls. And, nobody's getting into their offense.
Here's Mosher now. Kick it back up top to Baptista. A deep 3, no good. Rebound to Kelly.
Big C's a big shooter. If he gets on that, he sets his feet. He's a good shooter. CJ with some good defense over there on Will Kelly.
There's a corner 3 now taken by Chase. That's no good. Rebound grabbed by Madison. He'll kick it over to Kelly. Kelly down low on the baseline. Up and no good. Rebound goes to the Whalers again.
I'll tell you this. Nick Bond's been hustling on both sides of the floor. Another steal.
Another steal, that time by Madison. And now the Indians are free and clear. Here's Chase all alone. And finally we get our first field goal of the afternoon. Now here come the Whalers in transition. Up and rejected by Madison.
Good defense by Hunter. He gets up, gets back down the court. He had a 2-on-1 and he disrupted the 2-on-1. What a great play by him.
Looked like Will Tarpey had a bank shot free and clear under the hoop, Derek, but great back hustle by Madison.
Madison been playing this game for a long time, and, he's only going to get better. He's a freshman. He's only going to get better.
Franklin's shot is up, and it's in.
No, that was Jaquise Genty.
From Franklin, correct.
Yep.
So it's 2-2 now, you score, and that's Kelly now with the ball across the timeline. As Pimentel now, Cole takes it baseline, double team, spin around shot, no good. Madison, the rebound, up, no good. And the rebound is grabbed by Tarpey. We have a stoppage on the floor. We're going to get a foul against the Indians.
It's like I said, it's sloppy like this. You're going to have to win the turnover battle. You're going to have to make layups. Foul shots and layups are going to be big in this game.
Here's Messiah Morgan. Morgan all the way to the rack, no good, but he draws the contact from Mason Bouchard, and he'll draw a pair at the free throw line with the score tied at 2.
That was a tough move by Messiah. You want to take it right at the big's chest to try to finish and at least get some contact. You want to make the layup first. That's on the second foul on Bouchard too, so we got to watch out for that. He's this 6th man, and to get 2 quick ones is tough.
So the Whalers finally gained their first lead of the contest, 3-2.
Foul shots and layups.
Again, the Whalers are led by head coach Matt Hill, and the Indians led by head coach Mike Granfield. 4-2 now your score, as both of those free throws were made. Now we have some pressure here, Derek, by the Whalers, but the Indians crack it.
So they're both getting into their pressure defense because they're trying to create their offense off the press.
Kelly up and good.
Will Kelly got a little bounce to him, and he's strong. You can see that upper body strength.
We're tied at 4 at the 4-minute mark, and Madison comes up with the deflection off the steal by Pimentel, but Cole is going to be called for the reach-in, and they're also going to have a substitution here as Jake Chiquito will check in for the Indians. They're actually going to call the foul against Barnes. Both Barnes and Pimentel were there on the reach-in. That'll be his first 13 foul.
And Nick's hustling down there.
Shot is rejected down low by Holmes. Ball is on the floor. It's loose. The Whalers have it. Here's a chance. 3-ball, no good, taken up by the Whalers. That was Morgan. And Dartmouth now has all sorts of trouble trying to crack from underneath their own hoop. And it's deflected out of bounds. And having all sorts of difficulty was Hunter Madison, Derek. And finally, the ball was deflected up and out. And the Whalers have possession as it goes off of him on the deflection. And to inbound will be Kendall Franklin.
New Bedford put in a lineup. They're fast and defensive. So right now, Dartmouth's going to have to be very smart with the ball.
Motion to Dunston on the give and go. His shot no good. Rebound is loose. Grabbed by the Whalers. Great boxing out that time by Franklin. Back up top. Franklin now on the baseline. No good. Rebound to Chiquito.
Chiquito comes down with the board. They're looking up the court, but New Bedford's in press defense all the time.
Here's Chase now trying to take it all the way to the rack. He'll dish it right side. 15-footer is up and good for Holmes.
Holmes, the big man with the 3. They called it a 2?
There was a 2.
Oh, that was a 2? Oh,
yep.
It looked like a 3-pointer. I
No,
thought he was behind that line.
He had 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Going to the rim now, Derek. is number 15. Franklin is good, and we're tied at 6. Now we have Franklin on a steal, and Franklin tries to go in, draws the contact from Pimentel on the floor. It will not be a shooting foul. The foul did occur on the floor, and it'll be a side out for the Whalers. Nonetheless, it'll be Cole's first personal, and already, Derek, they're starting to get into foul trouble. 15 foul.
Well, what's happening right now is the pressure of New Bedford, and Dartmouth don't have any ball handlers in the game. They only got a couple of ball handlers in the game, so they have to put the ball in the hands of the guys that can get the ball up the court.
Shot by Franklin was no good. There's Chase. That should be a travel, but instead they're going to call a block as Candace Chase went to the rack, sort of slid in a way. I figured they may have called a travel, but instead they're going to call a block against the Whalers, and that'll be their third personal, first team foul against Jakes.
Well, I thought it was going to be a walk myself. What I did see, though, I saw Dylan Gomes up the right side. If he would have just kicked it, he had a wide open three-pointer in the corner. That's just keeping your head up, you know?
Yeah.
Throwing them assists like you do on the city council.
Throwing those assists.
Throwing them assists, dropping them dimes.
John Stockton style. And the shots are no good, but now we're going to get a free throw lane violation against the Indians. It's irrelevant. The shot was missed anyway, as Cadence Chase was a little too aggressive in breaching the line there pre the shot being fired. That's why the play was stopped. Again, irrelevant. The shot was missed. So we're tied at 6.
You still got to make your foul shots, you know?
Absolutely.
Cadence had a chance. And
Messiah Morgan can't gain a handle, and that's now Chase. Chase down low over to Chiquito. Shot is no good. And he draws he draws the contact and the jump ball. But as a result, the arrow is going to go back to the Indians. Last arrow was with New Bedford.
Good hustle play on both teams, both pots. You got to send a guy to the ball.
Here's Holmes, who hit that last 15-foot jumper on the baseline. Now we have it on the left side. That's Gomes. Tried to penetrate. We'll kick it up top to Chase. Chase back over to Gomes. Gomes slows it down over to Chase. Here's Kelly with 10 on the shot clock. Has to hurry up. Being guarded by Mosier. To the hoop. Try to reverse layup. No good. Rebound stripped away. Ball is loose again. Sloppy play. Gomes has it. Gomes with a floater. No. Rebound to Mosier. Mosier now gets tied up by Kelly. And we have another jump ball call, but the arrow will go. No, we're going to have a foul, not a jump ball. We're going to have a foul against the Indians.
Called that on Will Kelly.
Will Kelly was somewhat aggressive. Looked like he tied him up. The official had the two hands start to go up. Instead, he pivoted to the hand check, and that'll be the first personal against Will. And now we have a 1-on-1 situation here. Dartmouth in the penalty.
You know, these guys are good friends. It's funny to see these guys tangle it up. They're real good friends. So, you know, they're just playing a little aggressive with their buddies, you know.
So Mosier makes the first, and he'll get a second. I'll tell you what, Derek, I'm getting used to calling a game with a mask on. It was weird at first, but hey, it's the new normal.
It's the new normal now. And
until we get our vaccinations, all of us.
Yeah, until
not
we
just
stay
you
healthy.
and me, all of us, correct.
I feel bad for the families, for the mothers and fathers that can't be here, that you know, that have been supporting these kids all these years.
Now we have a jump ball as Barnes is tied up. And now we have a technical foul called against Barnes with an absolute bonehead move. Took a swipe at New Bedford right there after the tie-up. And as a result, he is teed up. Bad move.
Bad move, losing your head. It's a big game, and I know it's, you know, it's a local rivalry, but you can't lose your head just because it's a local rivalry. That's tough. You don't put your teammates in a bad predicament.
And Demarius Roberts can't make them pay on the first, but he'll try for the second. Makes one of two from the line, and New Bedford will keep the ball.
So we got an 8-6 game. You know, you got to keep your composure in these games. Coach took him out. Going to sit down and talk to him, let him air out a little bit, and get back to it.
Here's Roberts. Now that's Franklin. Franklin tries a three, a spin around, looking like Nick Van Exel there. No good. Rebound going up with it is Mosier, and he draws the contact on the rebound.
Wow, there was. I thought he had a little bit of ball there. You know, it was an awkward movement, but I thought he had a little bit of ball. But we'll take it. You know, we'll see what happens. I think that's good hustle over there by Holmes. I think that the awkward movement of Moja caused the referees to call the foul.
And the way this game is being played with a lot of the fouls and aggressiveness, this may come down to free throws.
I told you, free throws and layups. Right now, we got Dartmouth at 0 for 3, and New Bedford is 5 for 8.
So Sam Mosier makes 1 of 2, and it's still a one-possession game with 1:15 to go in this opening stanza.
They got Will Kelly coming up over here, starting the lineup. They want to get the ball to Hunter. You got the mismatch. You got to throw it down there. You just have to look at him and throw it.
Thinking about a 3 was Kelly. He'll slow it down. Now over to Pimentel, to the rack. Kick it out. 3 is up and good for Dylan Gomes. We're tied at 9.
Dylan Gomes with the trifecta. Big shot, big drive and kick by Cole. That's what you got to do. You got to drive and kick and look out for your teammates.
Messiah Morgan thought about taking it to the goal, but he kicked it back up top to Franklin. He now goes to the rack. His shot is up and no good, but he does draw the contact, and he'll shoot a pair at the line.
Good hustle. Good move getting to the hoop. Cole got to move his feet just to keep him in front, not go for the reach as much, so you don't get called. That's a second foul. You know, when you're your team's go-to, you know, you don't want to pick up them early fouls.
Well, Derek, I tell you, you're getting trolled in real-time Facebook. My friend Steve Francis says turnover and air balls, and he made a bunch of laughing emojis.
Well, Steve Francis would know because he is the Stevie franchise would know
about air balls and turnovers.
Turnovers and air balls.
Oh boy! So Dartmouth will set something up here with a 9-9 game. Here's Dylan Gomes. Gomes up to Chase, top of the arc with 18 on the shot, 17 on the game. So New Bedford will probably play for the final shot here no matter what happens. Here's Kelly to the hoop, draws some contact, but he's called for the travel.
Yes.
Up and down. He did go up. He did come down. He did draw some contact against Sam Mosier, but they let him play on, and now New Bedford will play for the final shot.
You think?
You would hope. Here's Messiah Morgan. Morgan, a little hook shot, no good. Back iron, gets his own rebound. Over to Kennedy, it's up and good. Kendall Franklin. Now with 1 second left, Dartmouth has to heave up a prayer.
Cadence Chase, no basket.
No good, and after 1 quarter of play, you score New Bedford High 11, Dartmouth High 9. We'll be right back with the second quarter action and a wrap-up of the first half in less than 2 minutes here on DCTV. Don't go away.
We were over from the start. I think I gave you too much of my heart. A mistake.
And we're back for second quarter action here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center. Ian Abreu alongside Derek Baptiste with the Whalers holding a slim 11-9 lead. Derek, wasn't the cleanest of first quarters. Hopefully for both teams, we see some more fluid action in the second.
I think if we kept score turnovers and missed layups, I think that this will be a high scoring game. But since we're not taking notes on that, we're gonna have it at 9-11.
Here's the point guard, Demarius Roberts, over to Jake Janiti, trying to go with a spin around, loses control, but it is deflected off Chase. It'll remain Whaler ball.
Good defense.
Inbound right in front of us, over to Messiah Morgan. Messiah Morgan with the crossover, looking for some help, finds the help over to Demarius Roberts. Roberts tries to go to the goal, no good, and he is called for the infraction. It'll be Indian ball.
We're going to have an offensive foul, a legal screen on Messiah Morgan.
Yep.
And to the people at home, we apologize for the cable feed right now, the live feed right now. They're working on it in the truck. They will put it on YouTube later, so you can see the full quality.
And you can listen to our stunning commentary. Here's Kelly for three. Not close. Trying to save it from going out of bounds was Cole Pimentel. Give him an A for effort. He tried to spin around and slam it off of Clinton Dunstan. He missed. It'll be Whaler ball.
Got to get your hands on the ball first. I just want to see clean possessions. These guys haven't been able to practice a lot. So let's just see a couple of clean possessions. Let's see what they can do.
Tarpey with a drop off now to Roberts. Roberts. Drop off to Dunstan. Dunstan now with a give off to Tarpey. Back over, and we're going to get a traveling violation called against Roberts.
It's this is the telltale of the game today. Is turnovers and sloppy play. We got to clean it up a little bit. I know these kids are better than that.
Here's Chiquito to Pimentel on a give and go. Going to the rack with it was Chase. His shot is no good. Draws contact, no call. Whalers have numbers if they hurry. Here's Dunstan now, baseline. Dunstan has to stop because he would have traveled if he moved any more. Throws up a prayer, no good. And we're going to get a foul called against the Whalers here as the Indians were looking to go in transition. And the foul is going to go against
Kendall Franklin. Tough game right now, Kendall, this is his first couple of games back as well.
Here's Pimentel to a cutting Chase, going all the way in. He is denied at the rim. The ball goes out of bounds. It is deflected, obviously, off of Tarpey and the Whalers. It'll remain Dartmouth ball.
Good play coming off the screen. They're going to the wing, running that the double cut. So, sometimes I would like to see Hunter Madison come out and set a screen roll. They need to get him the ball.
Barabee to inbound, hits Madison. Madison with the drop off to Pimentel. He'll try a three, no good. Rebound grabbed by Baptista.
Good job by Craig. Coming down.
Is Kendall all the way to the hoop, no good. Rebound Madison. Now the Indians have numbers if they hurry. All alone under the hoop. A layup is up and in by Harvey Barabee.
Good run in the floor. Ties the game up. That's how you run in transition. Nice and wide, and then you cut to the hoop. Good try by Craig down there.
Clinton Dunstan, bounce pass over on the left side to Genie. Shot is up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Madison.
Genty,
I meant to say
that's
Genty.
All right. You call him Genie.
Is Chiquito.
See, that's when you have to kick it early because he was wide open earlier than that. You don't have to make the move if he's wide open.
We have a traveling violation called against Chase.
Good defense on the New Bedford side. I think that the Dartmouth guys got to keep their heads up when they're seeing the weak side of the floor. They're not looking at the weak side of the floor. Or the big man, for that matter.
Here's Clinton Dunstan over to Tarpey. Tarpey trying to make that big man type of move. Instead, he'll kick it out over to Baptista, who then gives away to Franklin. Franklin, nice spin move. Left hand is up and good, but they're going to say no basket. He drew the contact, had a nice up and under left-handed move, but instead the play is blown dead. It'll be Indian ball.
What was the call?
I have no idea. No foul was called on anybody.
There was no travel sign.
No travel, no double dribble. There's a cut to the rim by Pimentel. No good. Rebound is grabbed now by the Whalers, and it's Genty. Genty 2-on-1 to the rack. No good. Draws the foul on the way up against Chase, and Genty will shoot a pair at the line.
And that's what New Bedford wants to do. New Bedford wants to run. So, if Dartmouth wants, they're controlling the board. I see Hunter controlling the offensive board. He got to get a couple of them putbacks put in. Once they stop falling, he's going to feel real good about it.
I'm still perplexed as to what that call was.
No
foul.
There was no explanation. It was all I saw was him put his hand up like he was going up like Kendall Franklin.
Yeah, I don't know. I was paying attention, of course, as I knew you were. No foul, no double dribble, no palming, no nothing. As Genty makes that second free throw. And with that, we're going to get a called timeout by head coach Matt Hill. So the Whalers will burn their first timeout of this second quarter with a 3-point lead at 14-11. Well, Derek, the pace has picked up a little bit more as far as east to west action here, but up and down the court. But regardless, it's hasn't really translated to much on the scoreboard.
And like I said, a lot of turnovers going on early in the game. This is the second game, probably fourth time being on the court together with their practices. So this is, it's tough for them. New Bedford's been having a tough season, but, New Bedford hasn't, had a full team either.
That's not Derek Baptiste, by the way. That's Ed Pereira, in case you were wondering. I'm not knocking Ed Pereira, but, I think, Derek, you're a handsome man yourself. So, but Ed is quite dashing.
Ed is dashing, and Ed is like every other team in this area. He's missing his partner today. He's only one guy, so it's tough for Ed too. I would like to see coming out of here. I would like to see both teams play to their advantages. The advantage of the New Bedford team is their guards and running up and down the court, and Dartmouth got some heady players. They need to use their big. They need to control the inside, and then it'll open it up for their outside shooters.
All right, let's see what happens here. Here's Pimentel trying to cross the timeline. He does. Over to Barnes. Check that. Chiquito, I mean. Now give it to Gomes. Gomes can't gain a handle. Rips it back out of the arms of Dunstan and gets it back over to Chiquito. Chiquito now to Pimentel. 10 on the shot clock. Has to hurry it up. Thinks about a three. Will take a three. No good. But the rebound is grabbed by Gomes. He stripped on the way up. Ball is still on the floor. And we have a stoppage on the floor. And we don't have a jump ball called. What do we have called here? It's going to be Whaler ball, but I did not see the jump ball signal called. But it is a jump ball because there was a tie-up and the arrow was due to go back to the Whalers. But I was looking at all three officials. I did not see the jump ball signal.
Yeah, it was. We're not getting the best hand gestures over here. We can't read lips,
especially with masks on. Here's Tarpey. Tarpey, nice pass on the baseline. A 20-footer by Genty is no good. Rebound grabbed by Pimentel.
I seeing a lot of this going on, man. I think a lot of these guys need to hit the next level. So we'll get some practice in.
Pimentel on the baseline, up and under is good. Cole Pimentel, probably the nicest offensive play we've seen so far this afternoon from either side.
Cole looked real good right there, going to the hoop. He was looking for a little contact, but he found a way to finish.
Demarius Roberts slows it down with 15 on the shot, 3:47 on the game clock, and on the remainder of the half. There's a up by Roberts, no good. Rebound grabbed by Madison.
And on the court, he's going to try to take control.
Cole draws the reach and foul against Dunstan. That'll be his second personal, sixth team foul. And the Whalers now are in dangerous team foul territory. One more, and they'll be in the bonus.
I'll tell you this. Cole has that John Stockton getting bumped and flopping a little bit. Move down, Pat.
Pimentel over to Chiquito. Back up top to Gomes.
A lot of movement going on. They're just passing and cutting.
Here's Chiquito with 15 on the shot. Here's Berube. Back over to Pimentel. We have a lot of ping pong action going here. Going to the hoop. He has rejected down low. We have a tie-up on the floor. Nice defense by Will Tarpey down low to reject the penetration. The jump ball is called on the tie-up, and the arrow will
No, they called a
No,
foul on
foul.
Robert.
It
They
is a
called a foul
foul.
on
They did call a foul. It'll be against
Mosier.
Sam Mosier.
Wow.
That's
That's 7.
We're having a tough time getting these calls from these officials today, and I'm not in the business of ragging on officials. That's not what I do. I've been doing this a long time, but the hand gestures and the calls and the decisions have been very slow or non-existent.
I think
It's tough for us.
I think they're texting. They're texting the table.
I don't know. I've been calling basketball games a long time, and Derek, you've been playing and coaching a long time. Of us to be somewhat perplexed. Obviously, it's not us.
Yeah, I'm kind of in awe.
But it is what it is. We'll roll with it. And
You know, they got a little touchy with the last couple of calls. I think that you know, the kids are trying to find their groove. Let them find their groove. Let them play a little bit.
so it's a 1-1 now, and a foul that time, by the way, went against
Number
the
14.
Indians. That went against Baron Dutra, and the shots were put up and made by Mosier. Made them both.
Now New Bedford's back in their press. Nope, they go man to man, full court.
It's again a 3-point game, 16-13, and we're more than halfway through the second quarter. You read that correct. There's a shot from the right side of the free throw line. It's good for Cole Pimentel. It's 15 now to 16.
Cole's trying to heat up, looking for his offense a little bit more.
Here's Messiah Morgan. Nice move, cutting all alone down low is Mosier for 2.
Good play, good driving kick. Mosier's in the right place. I think Dartmouth got caught up with the switches. Everybody went after the ball, and nobody switched man.
Here's Gomes up top to Dutra.
Not a lot of movement right now. We got to get more movement on the offense.
Kelly to the goal, up and no good. He does draw the foul on the way up. Nice contact, and standing there was Mosier. I'm not sure if Mosier is going to be called for that foul. He was the one down low. Nonetheless, the Indians will head to the free throw line.
I think they're going to get Will Tarpey on that one.
Well, we'll see. We haven't seen the number go up yet. Both Tarpey and Mosier were down low.
Will Kelly with a strong move going to the hoop, using that body.
And it is Will Tarpey. Silky were correct. They were both there.
I'm watching the game.
That is his first. So Will makes them both. It's again a 1-point game, 18-17.
Will cashes out from the line. Dartmouth's going to go back into a 2-2 press. Let's see what New Bedford does with it.
Demarius Roberts now with it, crossing the timeline. We have a double team effort now, and the ball is deflected out of bounds. It'll be Indian ball. Great defense.
They called it jump ball.
Yep.
They called it jump ball. That was a quick whistle. That was a good trap by Dartmouth. They got him into a trapping spot. You know, when you leave guys on an island, that's what happens.
We had that tie-up on the far side. Ball was deflected, and it was a quick tie-up. And now we have a steal going all the way up and in on the layup, and the steal was Kendall Franklin.
Kendall Franklin's been instant offense. He's been their most consistent offensive player on New Bedford's side.
Here's Dutra. Now he's running the point. Chase thought about a three. Will slow it down.
They're swinging the ball around.
Here's Cole. Cole gets the bump and gets a hard bump from Mosier. Mosier will be called for the foul. So they're in the penalty, so the Indians will shoot a 1-and-1.
You know, and you know, it comes down to moving your feet defensively. You know, moving your feet in cutting off spots. Cole does a good job of getting his body around him and forcing the foul. Now he has to catch up. Now he has to cash out on the foul shots, though.
Can't make the Whalers pay out of bounds. And we're going to get a free throw line infraction called against the Indians on that last shot. So the ball goes out of bounds regardless.
No, they called another foul on Dutra.
On the push-off from coming out from the free throw line. So that's his second personal. And now the Indians are in the double bonus.
You know, these are a lot of the things that, you know, get mixed up with the new rules. You know, boxing out and moving guys out the way. I thought it was a pretty good box out. It's a one-on-one game, so it's
You could have made the case too that maybe he left the line too early, but nonetheless, he is called for the foul at the second personal.
the referees are calling this game very, very, very tight.
So Franklin makes the second. It's now a 4-point game.
So we'll see what Will Kelly has set up now. Hunter Madison back in the game. They're going to run that screen.
Here's Chase.
They've adjusted to the screen.
Cole goes to the hoop, no good. And now we have the Whalers all alone. That's Genty. He runs over the ball, and now the Indians have numbers if they hurry. Here's Will Kelly. Kelly to Madison. He can't handle the pass. Here's Kennedy. All alone to Genty. Yes. Nice pass by Kendall. And it's 23-17.
Kendall looking up the floor. Like I said, he's been the most consistent Whaler coming out of here. When he's come in the game has turned up. The game has changed. And Dartmouth has to match that.
Barabee to Madison on the cut. 1-on-2. Turnaround shot is no good. Draws the contact. And now the Whalers are in the double bonus. It'll be a guaranteed 2 shots for Madison.
Oh, that's Will Toppy's second. Hunter has to chin that ball hard, come around, and then attack the hoop. That's their mismatch right there. Me personally, I think that's their mismatch.
And as sloppy as the Indians have played, they're obviously well within reach in this game.
It's a 5-point game. New Bedford has to go deep into their bench right now just because of the foul trouble. So we'll see what happens. Hunter goes 1 for 2.
Misses the second. Still a 5-point game. So with 50 seconds to go here in the half, each team will definitely at least get one more possession. 3 ball that time by Franklin's no good, out of bounds. Indian ball.
Wasn't even close. Good defense, good closeout. You got to get a little bit more lift on the shot.
So the Whalers will get one more possession after this. There's a shot by Kelly, no good. Rebound goes to New Bedford. Genty trying to go all alone. The ball is deflected out of bounds. Saving it was Pimentel, but it goes right to Genty. He's fouled on the way up. Some real sloppy play there, Slick.
Never save the ball near your own basket. He threw it. He gave New Bedford a layup right there.
That's the equivalent to all my hockey fans. If you're a defenseman, you never pass the puck in front of your own net.
In front of your own net. That's what he did. Will Kelly picks up his second.
So Genty misses the first.
I want to see somebody stop making foul shots.
Makes 1 of 2. And the Indians can pretty much play for the last shot here. It's about a 0.7 second differential between shot and game clock, if they choose. Madison over to Pimentel. Pimentel again, 15 to go. And trying to find the cutting Holmes was Chase, and they had a miscommunication out of bounds. And now the Whalers have a lot of time to set up a final shot.
The one true mismatch that Dartmouth has is Hunter Madison, is his height. They are not throwing that ball down low and giving him the ball. Like, he should not only have one trip to the foul line today.
Under the hoop now is Morgan. It's up and good.
That's what New Bedford wants to do, is run.
With 3 seconds to go, now Dartmouth has to hurry. Another steal. Madison with a prayer. No good. That would have been good if it counted. But that'll wrap things up here for the second quarter of play as we head into the halftime stretch here with the score 26-18 in favor of the visiting New Bedford High Whalers. We'll be right back in just under 5 minutes with a second half preview and a first half recap in just a moment here on DC TV. Don't go away. And we're back. Great timing for the kickoff of the third quarter and second half action here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center. Ian Abreu alongside Derek Baptiste. Derek, I know you've got some statistics and you want to run through that scoring breakdown of what was, quite frankly, a pretty sloppy first half.
It was a pretty sloppy first half. It started getting going towards the end. I seen stretches on both sides where it looked pretty good. It's tough. New Bedford's leading scorer right now is Franklin with 9. Dartmouth's leading scorer is Kelly with 3. No, Pimento with 4. So, somebody gotta find some scoring somewhere else.
There you are. There you are.
Look at me, yeah.
Yeah, so as you can see, he's prettier than Ed Pereira.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I can't speak for myself, but what do you think? No?
I don't know. I look pretty good. I'm matching today. Hold on, wait. I'm on Dartmouth TV, so I have to cover up a little bit.
I think it's no
shout out to Solstice.
Shout
out to Solstice.
I think it's no secret to the folks that we are New Bedford city councilors and New Bedford residents.
I think they figured that out.
They figured it out, but you know what? Even though you and I are both Whaler alumni, we are unbiased. This is on Dartmouth Cable, and we also want to see Dartmouth do well as well. It doesn't matter to me who wins this game.
Hey, listen, I've seen a lot of these kids for most of their lives. I want to see them all be successful. I don't care where they're from.
I agree. And,
I don't care where they're from.
And both of these teams are near and dear to me over the years covering these schools. So
we're going to get an intense second half here.
And there it is right now on a steal. Here's Pimento, 1-on-3, tries a behind-the-back circus-like layup, goes to the goal, no good, but he does draw the contact. Good start by Dartmouth to take it right to the rim.
That's on Clinton Dunstan, his third. What happened is Dartmouth came out in a 3-2 zone to start off the second half. New Bedford wasn't prepared for that. They was running man offense on a 3-2 zone, so that's what you get.
So Cole, he makes the first. And as we talked about earlier, and if you read the Standard Time season preview, as goes Cole Pimentel, really goes this team if you look at the outlook that was written about this team a few weeks ago in the season preview.
Well, Cole's their general. He gets them started. He gives them a little bit of attitude, and, he gets them going. And they're looking for a lot from him.
Here's Baptista over on the right side to Morgan. Morgan back up top. Thought about a deep 3 was Roberts. Instead, he'll feed it to Mosier. Mosier now over back to Morgan. There's that deep 3. He's been wanting to take that, itching to, but he missed it. Roberts tries it again. A second opportunity. Now he makes it.
There it is.
Demarius Roberts, and he leaves up that right arced arm for an extra second because it felt so good.
He's a special one, that kid right there.
Great shot there by the young man. It's 29-19, the largest lead the Whalers have had so far this afternoon, right now at 9. Here's a chance to the hoop. Nice drop off to Madison. Can't get it. Rebound up and no good. And he'll draw the contact and go to the line.
I know his father is going crazy right now. His father was a Dartmouth great here, big man. And he's probably like, keep it up and go strong to the hoop. Finish that. I know his father's going crazy right now. What's up, Ryan?
So Hunter makes the first. Can't make the second.
1 for 2.
So it is a 29-21 game. Thinking about that deep 3 again was Roberts, but he'll slow it down.
There ain't no movement, man. So you got to trust yourself more than you trust everybody else sometimes.
Morgan with a hop skip. Now that's a deep 3 on the right side. That's an air ball by Baptista. Saved by New Bedford. It's hucked, but it's out of bounds. It was saved by Mosier, but his turnaround huck was just fired out of bounds.
I like that, the turnaround huck. I'm going to use that one. Nice little turnaround huck.
The turnaround huck.
Here's a little high screen. There was no switch.
Here's Pimentel trying for the bounce pass to thread the needle to Madison. No good. The ball is deflected. Now Pimentel with the floater. Check that. That was Kelly. No good. Ball is loose. Who wants it? Grabbing it is Mosier. And we get the jump. No, it's going to get fouled.
Pimentel, his third.
Thought we were going to get a jump ball for a second, but the delayed call was made. It's going to be, again, as Derek said, against Pimentel. It is his third. And now he has to be careful as he creeps into foul trouble. Here's Roberts.
What they running?
Franklin.
There it
Roberts.
is.
There's that three on the baseline. It's up and good.
That's what you want right
Messiah
there.
Morgan. An 11-point lead now for the Whalers. And Derek, the Indians are in big trouble.
You know, if the pressure keeps on coming
Deflected
up,
out of bounds, it'll be Whaler ball. Go ahead.
and you can see body language right now. They have to understand there's about 14 minutes left in this game. They're only down by 11. You know, you can still play your way back in it. You know, if the body language is down, you're going to see the team go down. You know, they got to keep playing.
Here's Franklin. Franklin over to Tarpe on the right side. Another three attempted by Morgan, who had the hot hand, no good. Now we have another three attempted, who had one earlier, was Roberts, no good. Roberts on the loose ball, no good on his floater. Madison with the rebound.
You know, they had 4 cracks at it. They're going to, you know, if they're killing the boards right now, you know, you got to win the boards.
Chase with the floater, no good. The rebound put back by Madison was good, but that was well after the play was blown dead. And as a result, Chase will shoot a pair at the line, and the foul is going to go against Will Tarpe, his third personal, first team foul of the half.
Good move by Cadence, going to the hoop, trying to get the contact with the finish. Makes a foul shot. Cadence had a quiet night so far, you know. He's been quiet today, and, you know, it's spread out on the Dartmouth stat sheet, but, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know, you need a little bit more. Somebody needs to step up and do a little bit more on the offensive end for Dartmouth.
And Chase is 2 of 2 from the line. We have a sub coming in. Dylan Gomes will check in now, replacing Chase. And
Dylan Gomes, a sophomore, good basketball player.
The lead is now back to single digits at 32-23. Nice move to the rack by Franklin, and it's good.
You know, you got to play better defense than that. You know, move your feet. You know where they want to go. You know, don't be intimidated. Play hard. Be strong with the ball.
Here's Gomes right off the bench. Tries to go to the hoop. That was a nice move. No good. Rebounds loose out of bounds. It'll now be Whaler ball.
Strong move. They got to get some shots to fall. That, you know, they haven't. You know, it's tough when you don't see the ball falling, you know, to get into your offense. You know, after you see the ball falling a couple of times, you get a little bit more out of it. They switched up. They went back to a man-to-man defense now.
Demarius Roberts with the floater. It was deflected back, and the ball is loose and on the floor. And we're going to get a timeout called on the floor prior to the jump ball. Heads-up play by Sam Mosher to call the timeout when he was on the ground.
You know, it's a quick timeout because, you know, the referees are calling that jump ball so fast due to the COVID restriction. They're not letting you battle for the ball or do anything. So as soon as you go down, you got to call that quick TO. Heads-up move.
I can't imagine what these young men are doing as far as trying to run up and down a court with a mask on. It's a pain enough for us to call a game with a mask on. I mean, and you've played, Derek. Can you imagine what these kids are going through?
You know what? It's tough bringing in groceries with a mask on. I don't mind playing basketball with a mask on. You know, I still coach youth basketball when playing in the Metro West. And, you know, that's one of the biggest things. You know, it's tough to get these kids in shape in the first place. And then you got these kids coming in somewhat, you know, some are in shape, some are out of shape. Then you put a barrier around their mouth and they're breathing. It's a little bit tough, you know. It's tougher. It's not what they're used to, but they're young. You know, the good thing is that they're young and they can adjust. And
at least they're playing.
Yeah, they're playing. They're here. You know, that's the best thing about it. You know.
And hopefully, whatever live stream issues maybe we were having in the first half's been rectified. But if not, fear not. DCTV will post this link again in a tape delay after. And we have more struggling play here. There's a layup by Franklin, no good. Ball is loose on the floor again. We have a jump ball called, and the arrow will go to
they call it
the
jump
Indians.
ball.
The official on the far side put both thumbs up in the air.
They call it jump ball. Oh, that guy's stealing money.
And the arrow goes to the Whalers.
You know, Dartmouth did a good job with a trap, got a steal, and then everybody ran the fast break and didn't help the ball handler. You know, you got to sit there and help the ball handler.
Franklin draws 3 defenders in. He holds it, and that's Genty on the layup. Nice play by Genty.
Good drive and dish, you know.
Speaking of driving and dishing, going to the hoop was Barnes. His layup is no good. There's Madison, the big man, puts it up and in.
Thank you.
And it's again a 11-point game. It's 36-25 in favor of New Bedford. And the Indians are going to hope for a stop here, a couple in a row. And they cannot get one on the rebound by Mosier. Ball is kicked up out of bounds. And now we have subs coming in for the Indians. We're going to have Cadence Chase, who comes back in.
You know, they're getting to the hoop. They're getting offensive boards. They're hustling hard. This has probably been New Bedford's best lineup in the game. This is their best lineup right here.
Here's Franklin. Nice move all the way to the hoop. Takes 3 defenders with him, kicks it back out. They have to hurry up. And not paying attention to the shot clock was Roberts, and it's a shot clock violation against the Whalers.
You know, the freshman getting caught making a freshman decision. You know, you forget to look up at that clock. But you know what? Nobody on the bench said anything. Nobody yelled out the shot clock. And, you know, so
yeah, that's the key, too. Someone has to yell out to him.
And it's tough right now. You know, everybody's away from each other. There's no, you know, camaraderie on the bench.
A floater under the rim by Chase is no good. Grabs his own rebound. Up top, there's a 3, and it's up and good for Nick Barnes. Nick Barnes drills a 3, and we immediately get a timeout called by Matt Hill of New Bedford.
I think they're both playing well right now. You know, New Bedford's amped up their intensity. They're playing defensively. They're playing just tough. They're at it like dogs, and I think that's the one thing that's turned this game around for them in that lineup with Franklin and Roberts and Messiah Morgan and them guys. I think that Dartmouth's finding their way to drive and kick, but they have to learn with the kick, and they got the big. So, you know, get these guys. If you got a team in foul trouble, you pound that ball inside and you got the guards, and he'll kick it out. Then they can start shooting jump shots.
But how big was that shot by Barnes? They were down by 11. That 3 before that timeout went from 11 to 8. It again now was a single-digit game.
You know, it gives you that sense of hope. They're only 4 baskets behind. So, you know, you come out here, you play a little bit of defense, you take care of the ball. You know, good things will happen. You want to see what they come up with now? Dartmouth switched it up to a 1-2-2 press. No, they're in a 1-2-1-1.
Franklin to inbound. Here's Roberts. He's being double teamed. He arcs it, and it's complete to Franklin. Franklin trying to go all the way to the rack. No good. His floater was no good. Chase grabs it and strips it away.
We know where to go. Too late.
Pimentel tried to go a cross-court pass to the right side of the elbow to Barnes. It was deflected out of bounds. It'll remain Dartmouth ball, however, with 25 on the shot.
It was a little too late, but at least he's looking up the court. You know, they're not doing a good job of looking up the court.
Barraby's inbounds pass is stolen, and off to the races is Mosher. His layup is no good. Rebound grab by Chase.
Foul shots and layups. The great Robbie Mendes. Been screaming it for years.
You said that at the open.
Foul shots and layups. And then you kick it down low.
Here's Chase. Chase stops, pops, kicks it back. Now here's a chance. A left-handed floater is good by Barnes. He's now on fire for Dartmouth. He has scored their last 5 points.
You know, and his first 5 points. So, you know, Nick's coming alive. He's being that second scorer that Dartmouth needs.
It's now a 2-possession game at 36-30. Dartmouth High has a pulse here. Here's a chance to the rack. No good. Rebound grabbed by Pimentel on the shot by Franklin.
You know, Kendall had a good drive to the hoop. There was good defense to keep your hands up. You know, you got to finish that layup, man. You got to finish at the rim.
Here's Chase.
High screen roll.
Yep.
Look at the roll.
Gets a pick from
They're getting the high screen roll, but they're not looking at the roll.
Now we're going to get a reach and foul against the Whalers, as cutting to the hoop was Chase. And the foul is going to go against Kendall Franklin. That's his second personal.
Second personal, team's 4th. Coming out the game now. Needs a breather.
If by some way Dartmouth can end this this quarter, making it a 1-possession game, that would be a huge momentum boost for them.
Toppy's in foul trouble. You know he's not going to defend hard.
Madison
Stepped on
down
the
low,
line.
stepped on the line, out of bounds.
That's when you have to have a post move. That's when you have to have a little dream shake, a little shimmy in your game.
The old Kevin McHale, the up and under.
Yeah, a little something. You know, you have to have that. You know, in your repertoire.
Here's Messiah Morgan, who drilled a 3 earlier this quarter.
The Dartmouth bench is coming alive.
Clinton
No crowd,
Dunstan.
the bench has to come alive.
There's a 3 taken by Tarpey. No good. Ball is loose and all alone now into the hoop. It's up and in on the loose ball pickup by Messiah Morgan. That's a huge blow to the Indians.
Good defense, good pressure. They're not handling the pressure very well, you know. So them little pokes, and New Bedford is just winning all the 50-50 balls. Doing a good job at that.
Here's Pimento. Over to Barnes, who has the hot hand. He'll feed it to Barabee. Chase now with it. Down low to the big man, Madison. Kick up top. A wide open 3 for Barnes. No good. Trying for the rebounds. Pimento. Can he get it? He can get it. It's out of bounds.
They called a push foul.
And a push foul against the Whalers on the far side baseline.
They called a push foul against Messiah Morgan.
Against Morgan, but that doesn't happen if not for Pimentel's hustle.
Yeah, a little bit of hustle, you know, get you a long way.
And you see Mike Granfield barking out the play here. If they want to play it this way, they can't have the final shot of the quarter. They won't do it that way. Madison's shot's no good. Ball's loose. Who's got it? Out of bounds. It'll remain Indian ball as it goes off of Morgan.
Hunter got to make a layup. You know, with the missed layups that they had today and the missed foul shots, you know, this would be a close game on both sides. It's really even. It's just, you know, who's winning the hustle points, and New Bedford's winning all the hustle points right now, and the offensive glass.
Here's Pimento with 7 on the game clock. Pimento all the way to the rim. It's good. Cole Pimento.
Dicing and slicing.
And we have a long 3 put up by Genty, no good. And that was a huge boost for the Indians at the end with 2 seconds left. And that layup by Cole Pimento sends us into the 4th and final quarter of play with the score. The Whalers of New Bedford High 38, the Dartmouth High School Indians 32. Stay tuned. Derek and I will be right back with the 4th and final quarter in just under 3 minutes here on DCTV. And we're back for the 4th and final quarter here on Dartmouth Community Media and DCTV on both Comcast Cable and your YouTube live stream. Ian Abreu alongside Derek Baptiste. Derek, during that 3rd and 4th quarter period here we just had off for a minute, you showed me a text message from Hunter Madison's father, and he is listening to you.
Oh, yes. I know what he's going through. He coached his son for years. He coached a lot of these kids, you know. They should be very grateful for his service that he's done to Dartmouth youth basketball. Shout out to all the coaches. John Mosier up over there chilling.
Off the foot of Cole Pimentel, out of bounds, Whaler ball. So the Indians kick off the fourth with the turnover.
Tough. You don't start. You don't want to start off a quarter with a turnover. You don't want to start off a close game. I mean, in a close game with a turnover. So let's see how their defensive pressure comes up.
Baptista thought about the three, gets it to Genti down low, left-handed layup, no good. Rebound to Madison.
You got to catch it and go straight up. You can't catch it and give that bounce. It's one swift move going to the hoop.
Kelly will slow it down. Plenty of time on the shot clock. No need to rush. Had nothing there. Here's Madison, top of the key. Over to Chase. Chase now goes to the hoop, takes two defenders with him, finds Pimentel. Pimentel baseline. Up top to Kelly. Thought about a three. Now to Cole with 6 on the shot clock. Hunter on the floor, loses control. Grabbed by Genti. Genti's tripped up. Sloppy playing all by the free throw line there. As the ball was deflected out of bounds on the trip, we're going to get a foul called against the Indians. It's going to go against Cole Pimentel, his fourth.
That's a tough one right now. Late in the game. Hunter Madison bringing it down low. He brought it to CJ's level. CJ took that ball, man. You bring it,
Nice crossover by Messiah Morgan. Free throw line jumper is good. Derek, that's a big league play right there by Messiah Morgan.
Yeah, that was a killer cross. AI style,
You can tell it's a good move when the whole bench goes, damn.
Yeah, when the whole bench, the whole gym.
There's a three ball, not to be outdone. Cadence Chase up and good, the junior guard, and it's a 5-point game. And with that shot, Matt Hill's going to burn his first timeout of the fourth quarter.
I expected this intensity early, with these guys trying to get their feet under them. But now it's starting to amp up and, get a little bit better. I would want to see the quality of the play a little bit better.
I think both teams are finally starting to get their legs under them, and it's starting to show here on the scoreboard. Now we're starting to see some really good offensive series playing out here.
As well as the defense is getting a little bit better. They're opening up on defense, and, there's been game changes on both sides. And we'll see how it comes out with Pimentel leaving the game with his fourth foul. We'll see how these guys handle that. They got a good lineup in, so, I expect a lot of that Dartmouth team. New Bedford got there. They got a veteran lineup in right now, strong lineup in. It's going to be good coming down to the wire. Everybody, you want to see your biggest horses in the game. At the end of the race. So,
well, we have plenty of basketball left here, folks. The Indians again, because of some local spikes in COVID-19 cases here in the town of Dartmouth, and because of safety protocols. They haven't been able to play much basketball. They only played one game so far this year. That was last night against Bridgewater Raynham. And we have no basket, as we have a foul on the floor. But anyway, as I was saying, the Indians come in only at 0-1 on the season, having that one loss against Bridgewater Raynham last night. And the Whalers, who haven't had the same types of issues, they have played 5 games so far. They're 0-5. By the way, that foul was against Cadence Chase.
Yeah, because they haven't really had their whole team to play with them either, New Bedford High. So, they're just about getting their team together. So this is one of their first games with their whole team, right now.
Here's Will Kelly, very close to a backcourt violation.
Yeah,
there.
CJ had the clamps on him real quick.
May have missed a call there.
Yeah.
The Indians will take it. Here's Barnes. Barnes, top of the key, trying to go 1-on-4, and that's not going to happen.
Not with them defenders.
And now the Whalers have numbers in transition. Genti called for the offensive foul. Taking the body was Will Kelly, had the feet set and took it down.
If he didn't see him set up, I saw Will Kelly set up when Jaquise had the ball at half court. That's when you have to get down there and kick that ball. Or that's where the jump stop, as John Mosier would say, your jump stop and your little floater right there. That's where it works.
Here's Barnes. Here's Cole. Had that big bucket to end the third quarter. There's a three on the left side of the elbow. Hucked up by Chase, no good. And we have numbers here for New Bedford. A long pass looking for Franklin is no good. And stealing it away is Kelly.
They missed him the first time. Good defense. They just keep on dribbling into that trap. New Bedford's really good with their hands. These guys are defenders. Like they do a good job of getting their ball into into the lane, and that's what they're doing. And I'm gonna look to see what Kendall Franklin does for the last 5 minutes.
And a big miscommunication there between Pimentel and Kelly on that. And we have a shot is up and good, and it's nailed by Morgan.
Messiah Morgan, he's coming out here, and he's feeling himself in the second half. He's been their leading scorer in the second half. So, let's see what goes on from here on in.
There's Barnes with a cut, and it's good. Nice give and go between Barnes and Pimentel, and we're going to get another timeout called on the floor. This time, it's going to be called by Mike Granfield.
We're still in a 5-point game. There's 5 minutes left. There's a couple of breakdowns both sides defensively. I think that New Bedford's getting a lot of turnovers, so they have to turn them turnovers into points, and Dartmouth has to stop turning over the ball. That's where it comes down to.
We're so glad you've decided to spend part of your weekend with us here on YouTube Live to watch this Dartmouth Community Media and DC TV production of Dartmouth High School athletics for the game of the week, as the Dartmouth High boys varsity basketball team plays host to the New Bedford High Whalers here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center. It's a 5-point game, folks. Anyone's ball game, and we are at the 4:58 mark. So, Derek, what are you looking for here out of the timeout from both of these teams?
I'm looking at New Bedford being really aggressive defensively, and I think Dartmouth is going to come out and trap. I'm not sure if they're going to do it right now, but they've been doing a good job with trapping the ball. They're not stopping anybody. Like, nobody's getting stops right now. So I want to see a little bit better defense and less sloppy play.
Okay, well, let's see what happens here. Here's Dunstan. He's had a somewhat quiet second half. He was all over the place in the first.
Backdoor screen, handoff.
Genty over to Franklin.
Move.
Nice spin move, and it's good. Kendall Franklin, nice play.
He knows how to score. He knows how to get to the basket.
That's a scorer's move.
That's a scorer's move.
Here's Holmes, top of the key, over to Kelly. Kelly saw a lane, lays it up. It's good, but it will not count.
Oh, they gave him the continuation.
They did. They gave it and won. Wow. They called the foul on the floor. Then they made the call for the and one. The Indians will take it. What a delayed call. And I know Matt Hill kind of had his arms up there for a minute. He was perplexed. I was looking right at the New Bedford High head coach. He thought that was going to be on the floor. And when he saw the signal for the and one, he shrugged both of his arms up.
He called it on number 10, but it was on number 2.
That's correct. It was against Dunstan. The Indians will take it. It's a 4-point ball game now. It's anyone's game. It's up on the line here.
Put your ball in your scorer's hands.
Here's Dunstan. There's a 3. It's up and good from Messiah Morgan. He is on fire here in the second half.
Messiah's been their most consistent scorer. He's feeling it right now, and they're going to him.
Here's Chase. Had an opening for a 3. Now he'll get it over the left side. Barnes answers with a 3. Nick Barnes. It's again a 4-point game, and we have a traveling violation now called against the Whalers. A traveling violation's called against Genty.
Tough call. Good defense over there. Can't move your feet, or they call it travel. I don't know what Stevie Franchise would say, but
seems like you guys have some beef from the streets over here. Here's a 3. It's up and almost in. Pimentel, it went in, it toilet bowled around and out. And there's an all alone chance. A shot is up and no good by Franklin, but he draws the hustling foul and the back hustle contact of Cole Pimentel.
And Pimentel will be out. That is his 5th foul.
Yep, he's out of the ball game, and that's a huge spark plug now on the bench.
And this fourth quarter has been about Kendall Franklin and Messiah Morgan for New Bedford. They've been tough to stop. The ball's been spread on the Dartmouth side, but they're not getting the consistency from the inside out that they need. A little too late. Cole had a tough game today. Foul wise, As much as you draw fouls, You know, he should be smarter with that.
So Kendall misses the first, and he'll get the second.
So many foul shots missed today. You know, these kids go into the gym now, they go right to the 3-point line, and nobody can make a foul shot or left-handed layup.
Interesting. I guess a free throw isn't as sexy as that three.
But they're points.
They are.
It's like pennies make dollars. Got a little pressure from New Bedford now.
Here's Kelly being guarded by Dunstan. Gomes. Nice cut to Madison. Rejected. Great defense down low by Sam Mosher on the rejection. Out of bounds.
CJ slid his feet up in there. You know, Hunter went up, thought he had a clear view. Sam Mosher comes down. Good block, good defense.
Kelly having trouble inbounding it. Finally finds Gomes. Gomes gets a little push from Franklin, but he still gets it over to Kelly. Kelly, nice move to the hoop. No good rebound, Madison. He has it. We have a lot of physical play here. We have the jump ball as Madison gets tied up by Mosher.
And it's New Bedford
And
ball.
it's New Bedford ball because they were next on the arrow.
Sammy Mosher with the hustle play. The 50-50 balls. New Bedford's winning them 50-50 balls. That's it. They're winning the hustle points right now.
Here's Dunstan now quarterbacking the offense.
That's what he does.
See him calling the play. There's Genty up and no good. We have the foul on the floor. No shot. The foul is going to go against Nick Barnes.
That's his third, team fifth. CJ gets them in control.
3 minutes now. We're really getting into the nitty-gritty of this thing, and every possession is so crucial. Ball is loose. Who wants it? The Indians have it. Here's Chase to the hoop. Up and good. Cadence Chase. Again, it's now a one-possession game.
Cadence Chase, 5 points this quarter.
We have a steal on the floor. We have another tie-up down low. And now the arrow's going to go over to the Indians. And now the Indians can tie this game.
Too nonchalant with the ball.
Derek, I think you would agree this was New Bedford's game to lose, and they're making some real crucial mistakes here in the end.
When it matters. You know, you don't make mistakes when it matters. The turnovers.
Here's Gomes to Madison. Tried to spin move, draws the contact. Draws contact against Mosher. And it'll be a 1-and-1 because the Whalers are in bonus.
That's the 8th team foul. I thought it was pretty good defense at first. I think the ref was anticipating the way Sammy came down with a slap. But good hands by Hunter, holding on to the ball, drawing the foul.
Makes a big free throw there when it counts.
You know, it's a 2-point game in a crucial game, a crucial backyard rivalry. You know, so this is a little bit bigger than any other game around here. You know, it don't have the flavor of the old Durfee games and the old Brockton games. Like, these kids know each other.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I know that back in the old Big Three days, and you can attest to this, it was always Brockton, New Bedford, Durfee, New Bedford, and that was huge. But I always looked at whenever, you know, New Bedford would come up the road here to Slocum and go on to this area here in Dartmouth and play the Indians. These kids knew each other. They had played at the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA. If that wasn't the case when you played Brockton or Durfee, I know inherently you had that rivalry, but these kids really know each other. I think, and evidence, you talked earlier about how all these kids played on summer league teams and you coached all these kids and they all know each other.
Yeah, so it means a little bit. It means a little bit more. And you know, this is a big game for both teams, and I think that you have to play this game like it's a big game. No matter who's on the court and, you know, what teams they have, this is always a tough game for each other because of the rivalry.
Hunter makes 1 of 2, so it is a 1-possession, 2-point game with 2:24 to go. So now it's time for both teams to white knuckle this and see what happens. Here's Franklin. Dropping it off to Genty. to the hoop. No good. And we're going to get a blocking foul called against the Indians. Going to go against Chase. And that'll be 2 shots coming over to Genty.
There's so many fouls on my page. It looks like a coloring book. It looks like, you know, when you go to Texas Roadhouse, they give the kids them little coloring things that they have. That's what my book looks like.
Don't get me talking about Texas Roadhouse. I tell you that. No. That butter, I can eat about 18 of those rolls. Those hot rolls that come out with that butter.
Them hot rolls.
And as you can see evidence, those rolls give me rolls.
I know, huh?
So wait a minute.
I'm trying to stay away from the rolls.
Genty will inbound here. No shots awarded to Genty. That was on the way up, but they're going to give side out instead. Here's Franklin. Franklin on the free throw line. Ball is loose out of bounds. Who is it off of?
Dartmouth.
It's off of Dartmouth. It's going to remain New Bedford ball as Mosier was down hard. And going to give credit to Sam Mosier. He is a gritty young man. He's not afraid to go on the floor and take the body.
Sammy is hustling out there. Sammy's getting out there, and he's being that electric guy that New Bedford needs to keep the balls alive, keep rebounds alive. Numberless times that, you know, he's kept the ball alive.
Nice move, and it's in and good. Excellent play by Genty. It's now a 2-possession game.
Good play going to the rack. He finishes real strong. Got to get his legs under him.
That's a 2. 1 foot was on the line. Nice rebound by Hunter.
Oh.
Hunter draws the hand check. He draws the foul on the rebound. That was a quick whistle.
Very quick whistle.
And Hunter will shoot a 1-and-1 here. Now, Derek, with a 2-possession, 4-point game, you talked about it at the beginning. You've talked about it in the second quarter, the third quarter, and now here in the fourth. This is coming down to those darn free throws.
It's going to come down to free throws, and that's what it's about.
And the Indians can't make them pay. It's deflected out of bounds. It goes off of Kelly. It'll now remain Whaler ball.
Got to cash out in the fourth quarter right now. This is go-to time. I'm surprised Messiah Morgan's on the bench right now. He was cooking in the fourth quarter. Cooking.
Here's Franklin. Dropping it to Roberts. Demarius. Over to Franklin. Trying to kick it over to Genty. Genty, it's on the floor. The Indians grab it with 1:18 to go. They have to hurry up here. The ball is loose. Great defense. It's deflected out of bounds. That goes off of the Whalers out of bounds. Great play and great hustle by Franklin. It does go off of him, and now the Indians will get a 25-second shot clock.
You know, Kendall is one of the best at plucking at the ball. You know, he gets in there and plucks, and he got the timing with his hands.
Now, if you're coaching Dartmouth here, Derek, do you come up the court and you try to rush a shot, or do you try to slow it down because you still essentially have 3 more possessions in you left? How do you play this?
You want to get the best shot available. You know, it don't come down to it comes down to getting the best shot that you possibly can. First of all, you got to get the ball over half court. That's what you want to work for.
And finally cracking it is Chase. Chase over to Barnes, a 3. That would have been huge, but he misses it. But Hunter is there for the rebound. Up and no good, but he does draw the foul. Oh, man, that almost went in for an and 1 for Hunter Madison, who has really come alive with the physicality here in the fourth quarter.
And that's Sam Mosier's 4th foul, and he's been very tough down low.
I know I'm Captain Obvious here, Derek, but you got to make these both.
There's the first one. The key was making the layup, too. You know, there's been a lot of times he's been to the line, and he's missed a lot of them little dinks and dunks that you would want to go in. And we're down under a minute, so we'll see what they do.
Those are huge for the big man.
Hunter cashes out right there.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by Granfield.
He's probably going to set up what their defense is doing. I don't know if he's going to go pressure the ball right now. New Bedford got some guards in there that's been handling the pressure very well.
Well, I've got to tell you, Derek, what started off, I think we could all see as a somewhat sloppy beginning here to this game, has turned into actually a nice back and forth dramatic ending here with the Whalers maintaining the slimmest of slim leads, only one possession at 2 points.
It turned into a basketball game, before we was watching it, and, really messy and a lot of turnovers. And then, the muscle memory comes back. I expect these two teams to be better later. And today they just, as the game progressed, they got a little bit better. I think New Bedford had their chances to run away with this. And, they turned the ball over at crucial times. And once you turn the ball over and you let a decent team, get them legs under them, they're gonna climb back into this game. And Dartmouth has done a good job of just hanging around. I wish Ed was over here with us. Look at him; he looks so lonely.
Yeah,
over there.
I feel bad for our man Ed Pereira. If we can get a shot of Ed,
He looks great though.
he's
Look
on a
at him.
lonely island over there, and
He's one of the best to do it around.
there he is, Edward Pereira, or as I call him, because he's my Portuguese buddy, Eduardo.
Eduardo, huh?
Eduardo Pereira.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. They're coming into a 2-2 press.
Here we go. Now here's Franklin, and he gets the
Oh,
travel.
he got
Whoa!
a travel.
He had the bump from Chase. I thought we were going to call it, and then the official on the near side calls the travel against Franklin.
I think that was a quick travel call when he came around with the ball. I would like to see them let the kids play a little bit.
All right, so here we go here with 54.4 to go. And Cadence Chase will inbound right in front of us. Finds Barnes.
This is a big possession right here, offensively and defensively.
Here's Gomes, top of the key, over to Kelly with 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to set it up.
Dude,
Kelly,
that's the travel.
That's a travel now. So the officials giveth and they taketh away on the travel calls. And Kelly, that one's certainly more blatant.
This has to be a better defensive possession. New Bedford can wind this down. They want a good possession to get the best shot that you can possibly get right now. No turnovers.
Almost an errant pass there to Genti, and Genti on the far side baseline draws the contact.
Here we go into the line for a 1-and-1.
The foul is going to go against Barabee, his first personal, and it is a 1-and-1 because now it's 17 fouls. They are in the bonus.
This is where it comes down to making your foul shots, sealing the deal.
This one's huge. This one makes it a full one possession game. Can't make them pay, and Madison gets the rebound.
Almost walked.
Here's
Driving
Barnes.
kick.
There's a
Chase.
three. No,
they
good.
called the offensive foul.
The three was up, but as the three was hucked up, there was a push on the baseline, and we have another miscue by the Indians with another golden opportunity. And the Whalers now have a chance here to ice this thing. Now, if you're Dartmouth, do you foul right away? What do you do?
You got to go after the ball real quick, and then you're going to have to foul because the shot clock is off. So you're going to go for the steal, the trap. If you don't get that, you're going to foul.
The foul was against Barnes on that three. He did push off as he fired that arcing three.
Oh, he looked like he switched his feet.
We have trouble
and they got
here,
a turnover.
And we have a turnover. My, oh, my. Here's Kelly. Kelly down low, bounce pass. The turnaround shot by Candace Chase is no good out of bounds, and they're going to confer.
I thought it went off Dartmouth.
The officials are going to confer here. They're not sure. And they're going to say it went off of New Bedford with 9.7 to go. So now what do? Do you play for the tie or do you play for that 3-point win?
You play for the best shot that you can
Doesn't
possibly
matter.
get right now. Whatever shot that you can get, that's the best.
So-
you're going for the best shot.
Okay.
If it's going to the hoop, knowing that you're in the bonus, your best bet is to go attack the hoop and see if you can get the layup or get the foul and get to the line.
All right, now here's my question.
I don't know if anybody wants to go to the line today because nobody wants to win this game. Nobody wants to win this game from the foul line. There's a rule.
So if you're Mike Granfield and you've coached, Derek, in these situations, do you call up play A, for example, and if you see that the formation is a certain way, you now have play B dialed up or play C, play D? How does that all play out?
I think at this time, you have your play and then you get back into what you want to get your best play of the ball. You want to get your playmaker of the ball. You want to get the guy that can get you into an offense, can make something happen. This is when, you see who their guy is. This is when the guy steps up. That guy steps up, and it's going to have to be for them. And on defensively for New Bedford, it's going to be the same thing. How do we step up defensively? How do we make sure that we switch correctly? How do we make sure that we don't get them to the foul line?
So offensively for Dartmouth, with Cole Pimentel on the bench because he fouled out, who's your guy?
Right now, who has the hot hand? Bonds, Chase, Madison gets to the line, so that's where you're going to look.
Well, the big man Gomes will inbound. He'll be guarded at the line by Mosier. Having trouble getting it in, he does to Chase. 7 seconds out of bounds, right next to us on our end here. It is deflected off of the Whalers. So now with 7.7 to go.
Did you see my soccer skills, how I kicked that ball back over there?
You straight Pele'd that, my friend. Here's a chance now for Chase.
No stupid fouls.
Chase with 3 seconds. Goes to the line. The ball is on the floor. We have a chance. There's a 3.
No,
it's irrelevant.
We have
a timeout on the floor. As on the deck with it was Chase. He had it on the loose ball. Called the timeout.
What was the call?
No.
There was no call?
I don't know what's going on here. With 1.3 now, you have to do a catch and shoot. Kelly. To the big man, Madison. It's up and no
good at the buzzer.
And the Whalers are going to win this thing on the road going away. My, oh, my. They ended up getting a good look. Hunter Madison had the turnaround jumper, Derek. It was just short.
It looked like Ralph Sampson against the Lakers in '86 right there.
We still don't know what that last call was on the floor.
I think it was an inadvertent whistle by the referee. I thought it was going to be a travel call, honestly, or a timeout call, and we didn't get the travel or the timeout. I think that, New Bedford just, they played New Bedford basketball for a while, and, they almost gave this game up, but they did good enough to win this game, man. And that's what you want to do as the season goes on. You want to see a little bit of improvement. You want to get a win. You want to get number 1, because once you get number 1, now you're looking at number 2. Now that's off your back.
So Derek, your final takeaways on this for both teams?
I think that for Dartmouth, just getting in the gym more. I think that their lack of, camaraderie right now and playing together. So, that'll be tough.
And for the Indians, obviously, they didn't start off great, but they showed us today that they can certainly compete with teams like New Bedford. And they didn't play well. They didn't play bad against Bridgewater Raynham last night either. So they're certainly looking up as well. And they're also a very young team.
They're very young. I think they got 3 seniors on their whole team, 3 or 4 seniors on their whole team. So, they're looking to come back with they got a good little JV program, little travel program with kids that filter through. Same with New Bedford. They got a pretty awesome travel program too with kids that we filter up and down the South Coast.
So with the win, the Indians with the win, the Whalers improved to 1-5 overall on the 2021 season, while the Indians fall to 0-2 on the season. And for my broadcast partner, Derek Baptiste, the final score for the final time from the Carlin Lynch Activity Center: the Whalers of New Bedford High School 50, the Dartmouth High School Indians 48. On behalf of our technical producer, Mike Fernandez, our entire crew here, my broadcast partner, Derek Baptiste, this is Ian Abreu saying so long, everyone. This has been an exclusive production of Dartmouth Community Media. From all of us here, so long, everybody.